Well, welcome back from Menorca. Hello, DiAnn.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. You're having fun?
I'm having fun.
Okay, cool. What have you?
Companies, great environment.
You gave a talk this morning. Can you give us a key ideas, or what do you think was the most important thing that you shared with the startups?
I think you have to ask them, but what I was trying to get across was this idea that it's incredibly important to understand what are your magic numbers in your business. So if it's your goal is about active users or new registered users or increasing retention or decreasing churn, how are you measuring that? And how are you keeping track of how you're moving people in the right direction of that funnel so that you're really understanding the key numbers in your business? And I gave a bunch of case studies from Waze.
Did you get any feedback from startups? They have had a lot of questions, right?
Yeah, 3 hours of questions. We did.
You're jumping from one to another, 15 minutes each, right?
Yeah.
Which one caught your attention?
First of all, I think the diversity of companies is incredibly interesting, and it was difficult to be able to keep up with going from drone companies to blockchain-based email certification to sending tools and technologies into favelas in Brazil. Mm-hmm. So I think the diversity is incredible. Some companies that stood out for me are Traffic. I really like this idea. So you basically book a ticket, and then the prices are changing between the time you book and the time you actually fly. They're keeping track of these and making sure that they're doing the exchanges for you, primarily B2B, but they're saving on average their customers between 12 and 17% off of the airline prices. So I think this is fantastic, really looking for efficiency in the systems. I also really like a company called Stanford that's using blockchain to provide things like email certification, looking at
Notaries.
The future of notaries, right? Notaries are cumbersome, certifications are cumbersome. What can we do now, given our current technology and current level of security, to make everything better? It's like DocuSign, but to the nth degree. Okay, what else? One of my favorite companies is Plataforma
Saúde.
Yeah, and they're actually ones that I judged during the original session and rated them very highly, and they didn't disappoint in person. They are a social business, but with a very nice revenue model as well. So they're taking people who don't normally get to go to the doctor. They have focused on a specific number of diseases that are pretty easy to identify and cluster around poor neighborhoods, right? So diabetes, for example. And they're able to send nurses from specifically poor communities, in this case favelas, with some very simple technologies that are sending information to the crowd so they can keep track. And for a very low price, people are able to do these, I don't know, call it a scam. And I think that right now they're focused in Rio, but that it is definitely a global potential. There are too many people that don't have access to this kind of medical care. And so being able to have access to having people cheaply identify, I don't know, 60% of possible diseases is very important. So I love those guys.
Well, that was a great feedback. I'm sure they were very thankful that they were able to spend some time with you. One last question. What do you think they are getting from the experience in Menorca? With all these 20 days, being able to talk to experienced people like you, what do you think is the most important things they are getting that they couldn't get anywhere else?
So I think having people like us here is important, but what struck me is how much they're learning from one another. They're really able to help each other figure out how to overcome the same obstacles that they're all facing. And so from what I've heard, it's really about being locked in a room with each other these days that's the most important. And then we're just giving a helping hand and making introductions and this kind of thing. But I think it's really incubating together.
Great. This Sunday is going to be the showcase day, and I think you'll be here, right? You'll be there? Yes. Great. So let's hope all of them give their best version of their pitch and get everyone excited, which I think most of the people are already.
Oh, I think, the energy level is very high. They're all enthusiastic.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.